Xing out again.
That's what you have to do when it's no good. X out.
Oh, you're too hard on yourself. That's why it takes you so long.
Rough translation. You're hungry.
Well, we are due at Ruthie and Jerry's for dinner, and I have to change that.
Hold it. It was then a significant silence underscored the exits. Finney.
Oh, Donald, you're brilliant.
Has there ever been any doubt?
But I think it's just awful. You write pure gold. They sell it for a quarter and it lays in a dentist's waiting room. I think it's unjust.
Not as long as I get that weekly check. That's what I'm writing for, not for immortality.
Well, you should be writing for immortality.
Okay. What would you like me to write? A novel? A biography? A book of poetry? Any preference?
Oh, Donald, the way you put words together, you could write anything, even a play.
A play?
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Well, for one thing, I'm not a playwright.
Neither was George Bernard Shaw till he playwrote.
Honey, I don't know anything about writing plays.
Donald, the biggest hit on Broadway last season was written by two fellas who never wrote a play before.
Yeah? What did they do before they wrote the play?
They worked in a car wash.
See? They had an advantage.
Like what?
They didn't know they couldn't write a play.
They probably gave each other confidence. You know, Donald, I'll bet we could write one.
Write what?
A play.
A play? You and me?
Together.
Oh, honey.
Oh, Donald, it's a natural. You're a great writer to begin with, and I'm an actress. I know play form. I could contribute in all those areas where you might feel a little shaky.
Yeah, well, the whole idea makes me feel mighty shaky. Honey, it is not that easy to write a play. And collaborating is very difficult. Collaborating with a girl has got to be practically impossible. And what's got to be absolutely impossible is collaborating with... Out of the question.
Why?
Well, in the first place, we don't have anything to write about.
Oh, Donald, there's the whole world to write about.
A good writer only writes what he knows about. I don't know enough about the whole world.
We know about us. Why wouldn't we make a great subject?
We don't have a third act. However...
Yeah. However, go on.
There is you. You, my sweet, are fraught with possibilities.
For what?
A play about you. You know, it would practically write itself. A girl alone in New York City trying to grow up.
What do you mean trying to grow up?
A girl who wants to be a person.
I am a person.
Taking a bite out of the apple.
What apple?
A girl with all your characteristics. Unpredictable, inconsistent, illogical.
Hey.
Warm, loving, ready to embrace the world.
That's better.
Think of it, honey. Think of all the crazy things you've done. Think of all the nutty things that have happened to you since you got to New York.
Yeah, like meeting you. Oh, Donald, now that was funny. Remember, you tried to rescue me because you thought I was being kidnapped when I was doing that TV commercial. Now tell me that wasn't funny.
That wasn't funny. Well, remember the time you got your toe stuck in a bowling ball?
Uh-huh. And how about the time I rented that moving van because I wanted to meet that producer?
And your father bringing the laundry every week? God, we could make it like 7 Year Itch or Come Blow Your Horn or Any Wednesday. It's bound to be a hit.
Well, naturally, we're not going to give up our evenings to write a flop. Darling, and aren't here in 2 minutes. My roll's to be like shoe leather.
You think you got problems? My ice is melting, and I haven't even used it yet.
I'm sorry we're late, but we have the most fantastic surprise.
So have I. My roast is like shoe leather.
Oh, that's great. Donald loves it that way.
My ice is melting.
Our surprise is even better. Right?
Right. You go ahead and tell him.
You are looking at the new Kaufman and Hart, MacArthur and Hecht.
You've joined the army and she's joined the wax?
Oh, Ruthie, those are playwrights.
So?
So, we Donald and I are writing a play together, the two of us. Right?
Right.
You've got to be kidding.
But then, how can you write a play? You have a tough time even getting in one.
Yeah, but I'm reading them all the time, aren't I? And that gives me some sort of an edge.
Listen, pal, I think you ought to think this over.
I have, Jerry. At first I thought no, but you know, on second thought...
You better have more second thoughts about your second thoughts.
I think it's marvelous, you two collaborating. When are you gonna do it? Or have you already started?
Not yet. First, we have to do some heavy thinking.
Right, we're gonna start tonight, right after dinner. Great. I'll get it in a hurry.
Tonight?
Uh-huh. Donald, haven't you always told me that a writer's biggest problem is procrastination? How they'll do anything. Sharpen pencils, read the newspapers, even eat and sleep to keep from writing? Well, none of that for us.
Okay. Tonight. We start right after dinner.
George Bernard Shaw didn't write plays by messing around.
We were talking.
You know, Jerry, I was just thinking about something. You know, you and Ruthie ought to do the same thing.
Mess around?
No, collaborate on something.
Forget it. We may have been silly enough to get married, but we're much too smart to try to collaborate.
No, Jerry, I think you'd make a very good playwright, with or without Ruthie.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. You're very observant. We were messing around.
You see what I mean when you start talking over ideas like we were with Ruth and Jerry?
Surprise!
When'd you do this?
Between the shoe leather and the dessert.
Well, I can't fight that kind of enthusiasm. Let's go to work.
I'm ready.
Can you type?
Are you kidding? At Brewster College, I was known as Twinkle Fingers Marie, the speedy steno.
Okay, you type, I pace.
Fine.
Okay.
Which color paper?
Hmm?
I have yellow and I have white. Which color paper do you prefer?
Well, with that dress, yellow by all means.
Fine. Yellow it is. And we don't have a title, right?
Right, we'll call it Untitled.
Although, since it's going to be based on me, I think we should call it Anne Marie. You know, like Anna Christie or Anna Lacoste or Anna Stasia. It doesn't hit you.
It doesn't hit me. For the time being, why don't we just call it Untitled?
Okay. Untitled it is.
Anne, you typed it in small letters.
I capitalized the first letter.
Well, don't you think it would look better if you capitalized everything?
Donald, if you're going to take that attitude, you type and I'll look over your shoulder.
Untitled.
Yeah, you're right. All capitals does look better.
A play in 3 acts by Donald Hollinger and Anne Marie.
Whatever happened to ladies first?
Honey, we're writing a play, not going through a doorway.
Well, it's just that... Oh, Donald, you know how actresses are about billing.
No, but I do know how writers are about it, and since by your own admission you are primarily an actress, while I make my living as a writer...
Okay. Your name goes first. But on the very next play we write, my name goes on top.
Fair enough. All right, here we go. Now, the question is, where do we start?
At the beginning, when I was born. Now, at Rise, we see a small house nestled in the typically American community known as Brewster, New York. Donald, you're not typing.
Wait a minute, honey, wait a minute. I'm getting an idea for an approach.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
What? No, it won't work. What I need is a whole new approach.
Oh, well. In all fairness, Donald, the whole new approach is like starting a whole new play.
So?
So now my name goes on top.
Honey, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, sure it will, Donald. Maybe we need a new ribbon.
No, that's not gonna help.
Well, it can't hurt to try.
Look, what we have to try is a different system.
What other system is there?
We work apart.
Now, what fun is that?
Honey, it may not be fun, but it's gotta be a lot more productive.
What's the good in producing if you don't have any fun being productive? Besides, how can you write a story about me if I'm not here to tell you everything that exactly happened?
Here, honey, let me do that. I change them all the time.
No, I can do it.
Honey, I can do it. Sweetheart, I do this all the time.
All right. So write it down.
Listen, honey, what's slowing us up is we can't write everything exactly how it happened minute by minute.
Why can't
What's that? Well, because, honey, look, a play that lasts over 20 years you can't do in one night.
Why not? Look at the mess you've made.
Anne, you should see your face.
So now what's wrong?
Donald's whole new system of working. I'm supposed to write a part, then he writes a part. Then we're supposed to exchange them and rewrite each other.
Well, that seems fair enough. Why don't you eat?
But this is supposed to be about me. Do you know that he's got my great-grandmother dying before I was born? And really, she didn't die till I was 3 years old.
You object to that?
Well, I just don't understand why he won't let a nice old lady live a few years longer.
Did you ask him?
Too many characters, he says. But you know something else? I'm getting a pretty good idea of what his real impression of me is. He's got me saying things like, I want to be a person and take a bite out of the apple. Did you ever hear me use a silly expression like that?
No, but take a bite out of something.
It's pretty hard to eat when somebody's taking liberties with your life.
There's plenty of time to make changes before you get to Broadway. Eat.
Well, I've got a lot of changes to make before he gets to my apartment tonight.
Anne, what's the matter with you? You know what happens in real life doesn't automatically make a good play. You have to dramatize. You have to fictionalize certain parts, otherwise it's dull.
You were the one who said everything that's happened to me was so great. That's why we were going to write the play in the first place. Now you've changed everything.
Yeah. And you've been absolutely true to life, and it's taken you exactly 13 pages for your father to walk into a scene and say, hello, which you can do in one sentence.
But my father can't. My father can't say anything in just one sentence. You don't want me to pretend he can, do you?
Honey, you simply cannot personalize every line.
Why not? It's supposed to be based on my personal experiences. Why do we have to lie about them?
Sweetie, we are not lying about them. We are dramatizing them.
I'm dramatizing them. You're lying about them.
You are dramatizing this situation, not the play. Believe me, there is absolutely no connection between comedy or drama and what you've written here.
Donald, I don't think it's very nice of you to accuse me of not being able to write.
I am not making an accusation. I am stating a fact.
Donald, please, I don't want to get angry.
You don't have to get angry. I am now angry enough for the both of us.
Well, in that case, let's just forget the whole thing.
Thanks.
For what?
You just ripped up a letter to my mother. Wait a minute, what are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm going to do the thing I should have done the minute we started to disagree.
And wait, my pages.
Donald, if this play can make me do a thing like tear up a letter to your mother, then anything can happen. And I simply cannot allow this play to jeopardize our relationship. Oh, don't worry. It was pretty close there for a while, but we're all right now.
No, we're not. No, you're not. Not till we get my pages back.
Donald, don't you understand? That play was threatening.
Anne, you want to hear some real threatening?
No.
Then let us run, not walk, downstairs and get those pages back.
But don't...
Anne, listen. Now, I don't know how your pages were written, but mine were written with blood, sweat, and tears, and no blood, sweat, and tears of mine are going to end up in the rubbish. Now, maybe it'll never make Broadway, but it is definitely not going to end up in the rubbish. Clear?
Clear. Hey, here's half of page 18.
Half? How'd it get torn in half?
Donald, you can blame me for putting the pages in the chute, but you can't blame me for what happened to them on the way down.
Wait a minute. Here's 6, 7. Here's 8.
Here's page 42.
Marvelous. I didn't write a page 42.
Oh, this This is one of mine. It's the part where Daddy's in the middle of saying hello. You know, Donald, I think I see something stuck up in this chute. I'm gonna go take a look.
Forget it. Forget it. Just help me up.
Donald, I was right. I did see something stuck up in that chute, but I couldn't reach it. Here, help me up again.
All right, here, put your foot in here. Try to be very careful.
All right.
All right, just hold on.
Okay.
Good attitude.
I am.
Here, give me both your feet.
All right.
All right, here.
Like...
All right, come on.
All right.
Wait a minute, honey. Okay, honey, hold on. Just hold on there, honey. I'll be right back. Hold on, darling. Don't move, honey. All right, honey. Hold on. Okay, honey, I'm here. Are you all right?
Yeah. Can you push me just a little bit higher?
Higher? Okay, honey, but be careful.
Oh, this is much better. I've almost got it.
Can you reach it?
It's right at my fingertips.
Can you get it?
I got it.
What is it?
Somebody else's rubbish.
Honey.
Lost cause?
You can't lose a cause any better.
And then what happened? And then he stormed out of there, and I haven't heard one word from him since.
Sit down and eat a little. You'll feel better.
Ruthie, eating is not the solution to life.
Well, eventually it is when you don't eat anything at all. A person can starve, you know. You want me to call Jerry and ask him to tell Don something?
Like what?
Like pick up a phone and call a person. Or a person's sorry and she didn't mean what she said.
I did mean what I said, and he meant what he said. And things that are said can never be unsaid. It's only when you're fictionalizing and dramatizing and lying about what really happened that you can leave out the things that people said.
I got a flash for you. If you're going to spend your life keeping score of who said what and how and when, then you better plan on staying single. The only things that count are the things that people do.
Does that include the things that people don't do? Like what Donald's not doing? He's not calling me or coming over to see me or trying to reach me in any way or anything.
Annie, neither are you.
You want me to compromise.
No. All I want is you should eat a little. I'll get you a nice glass of milk.
No, I won't. I simply won't call him. He's going to have to call me. So don't ring. You can sit there forever and not make a sound. As far as I'm concerned, who needs you? I've got a book. Who needs a book? Operator, this is Plaza 30598. There seems to be something the matter with my phone. It's out of order or something. Do you think you could try it and see? Thank you. Thank you, operator. It's working beautifully. Oh, Donald, please. Please call me. Just call me once and I'll call you right back. I swear I will. If he doesn't call by 10:30, I'm just gonna wait until 11. If he doesn't call by 11, I'll just wait until 11:30. If he doesn't call by 11:30, I'll just wait and wait and wait. Donald. Oh, Donald, I'm so sorry. I mean, it's all my fault. It always is when we have one of these silly things, and I just want you to know that I apologize, and you can do whatever you want about the play. You can write it your way. You can write it anyway, just as long as you don't stay mad at me, Donald, because I love you. You know I do, and What? Isn't this Bryant 99970? Could you excuse the call, please?
That's all I know, Ann. He phoned in and said he was going to take a couple of weeks off. No, he didn't say where he was going. No, he didn't leave a number where he could be reached. No, Ann, honey, I'm sorry, but he said he didn't want to be reached. No, he wouldn't say. No, he didn't leave a message for you. He didn't leave a message for anyone. He didn't even leave a message for me, and I was the one who was talking to him.
Thanks, Jerry. That does it. It's my last sniffle and my last tear. From now on, I'm just going to forget it. Hello? Hi, Seymour. How's the world's greatest agent? Anything coming up for me? Yeah, things are pretty slow. Listen, Seymour, would you do me a favor? If you can get me a part where I cry a lot, will you try and get it? Why? Because I've been getting a lot of practice and I'm getting kind of good at it.
Say, I've got an idea. Why don't we all go to a movie tonight?
Honey, we've been to a movie every night this week. Why do we go to a movie tonight?
Honestly, I wish you two would stop trying to entertain me. Just because Donald and I have split up and he's disappeared from the face of the earth, there's no reason for anybody to act like it's the end of the world. Just because it is.
Could kill him.
You know, there has to be a reason. He stays away much longer, he'll blow his job. A man just doesn't do things like this.
Oh, come on, Jerry. Lots of men have done it. Didn't Gauguin go to Tahiti and Jack London to Alaska? And how about Judge Crater?
Who's he?
He's some judge that nobody ever heard about until he disappeared. Then everybody heard about him, then nobody ever saw him again, as long as they lived. I think that's somebody knocking at my door.
Are you sure it's your door?
It sounds like my door.
Ladies, we have two alternatives. We can either stand around for a half hour asking dummy questions, or I could even open a door.
As Hector MacArthur said, I have returned. So, to make a long story short, I went away. I worked day and night. I wrote it your way, honey. The whole first act with an outline and synopsis of the rest of it, and I sent it to 3 agents.
And?
Honey, I'm sorry. They totally rejected it.
See, I was wrong. You should have done it your way. Why did you listen to me? Why didn't you follow your own instincts? If you'd done it your way.
I did.
You did?
I wrote it my way. The whole first act with an outline and synopsis of the rest of it.
And?
And?
They totally rejected it.
Oh, that's terrible.
What a rotten break. That's awful.
No, it isn't. Do you know what it proves?
What?
It proves that Jerry was right all along.
Me? When was I ever right?
When you said that you and Ruthie may have been silly enough to get married, but you were sure too smart to ever try and collaborate. That's something that every young couple should think over seriously.
Amen.
But you know something? I think this whole thing is a great idea for a play.
What? And we've just been through time.
But somebody ought to do something about it.
Honey, it's been going on since time began.
All the more reason why somebody ought to figure out some other way.
And there isn't any other way.
I can't believe that. There has to be a way. If they can put a man on the moon, they ought to be able to invent a way for two people who are mad at each other to call each other up and speak to each other and remind each other that they still love each other, even if they are mad.
I love you.
Remind me again.